Sunshine Glam Squad, it's your girl Yannabelle back at it with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be answering so many of you guys' questions. I've put some tips together that I thought I would give you guys and some extra information because I've been trying to reply to as many comments as possible. I did not expect for this many people to actually watch my videos and actually care about what I have to say and actually ask questions and stuff. And I love seeing you guys answer each other as well. That's really sweet. I can't believe just a few weeks ago I was saying thank you for 20 subscribers and I'm already at 166 and I haven't even been making content. But I promise that's gonna change. I am trying to kind of get back into it and also restart my business, and it's just getting a little hard for me right now, but I am trying. But I can help you guys a lot. So I've put together some questions that you guys have been asking me, and I thought I would answer it for you guys in this video. So let's get right into that. If this eyebrow looks very bad, please do not judge. I tried waxing my eyebrows at home and I lost my wooden stick, so I tried to do it with a spoon and I took off half my eyebrows. So that is very fun for me. We just love that. If you want to see more or hear more about that, go to my personal channel and you will have some fun. But if not, let's get right into the video. Make sure you guys subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up, and leave a comment down below of what other types of videos you would like me to make. One question that I was getting a lot in my DMs and on videos and people just asking me was, how do I stop the resin from pouring to the side? This is very hard to do because if you pour resin onto the phone case, it starts to get bigger and bigger and it pours to the side. Honestly, what I recommend is get a silicone flat brush. I will insert a picture here of what I'm talking about. Get yourself one of those because it will help you so much. And pour little amounts. So get an eye drop thingy, not the eye drop thingy, but the little squeeze pipettes. Get pipettes and just take the pipette and slowly start to put the resin on. I personally buy cases with bumpers on the side. One, it's more protective for my customer's phone, and two, it's easier to make sure the resin doesn't pour to the side. So it's all about pouring in small proportions. Don't try to rush and pour it all at once, because then you're gonna have this drippy mess and it's gonna get everywhere. And make sure you have a silicone mat under because that helps a lot. And yeah, those are my tips about that. Another question that I got a lot was, what photo paper do I use? I use Canon photo paper or Brother photo paper because I print my pictures out from home. That's another question that I got a lot, was where do I print my pictures? And I have a printer because I got it for school and I use it for my business as well. It's a Brother's ink printer. I love it and I totally recommend it for you guys. If you're looking for a printer, get a Brother's printer. I use it a lot and I use my Brother's printer to print out all the pictures that I need to print out. So I recommend it for you guys. Where do you get phone cases? So personally, I have a vendor, an in-person vendor. I'm in New York and I go to an in-person outdoor phone case person that sells phone cases, and I just tell them I need this and this, and since and I got a little card from them that says I'm a regular customer and I buy a lot of cases at once, so I get a really good discount. And yeah, but there's other sites online. I know some people in my comments were saying Etsy, you can find good deals and stuff. I don't buy $1 phone cases and stuff like that because most of the time they don't have bumpers and they're not really flexible, and although the resin makes it hard, it doesn't have as good of protection from your phone. Another question is, does the resin break? No, the resin does not break unless you bent it, and I actually tested this theory. And basically, if the resin, if you drop the phone case, it will not break. Resin is very hard. Epoxy resin is even used on planes, so it's not something that you can just break. Now, if you bend it on purpose for a long period of time and try really hard, over time it does get to be this really hard layer, so it will crack and break if you try to hit it with a hammer. So it does break, it just doesn't break easily, and it won't break if you drop it. I got asked what brand resin I recommend. I use the Dr. resin. I'm pretty sure it's what it's called. I will leave it linked down below. I'll leave it linked in my Amazon store. and that's the resin that I recommend the most. I buy the 2-gallon set, and it's like $120, and I just feel like it's a lot better than buying like $38 18-ounce bottles, because in the long run you're going to be spending more. But if you don't get that many orders and you're starting off and you're just like doing tests, then you get the smaller versions of the Dr. Brand that I use, Dr. Crafty, I'm pretty sure it's what it's called. I will send you guys a picture. I said send you guys a picture. I will link it down below. Sorry. What to do when I get weird texture. Okay, so a lot of people are telling me that they get weird texture, so you have to explain what kind of weird texture to me, because I've never gotten like a weird texture. I've gotten bubbles, and if that's kind of what you get, then that means you need to you can either do a spray of alcohol, like just a light spray, and that will get rid of the bubbles, or use a heat gun. I do both, and that helps a lot with the bubbles. But if it's like too sticky when you mix and it doesn't clear up, or it's foggy, that means your proportions aren't right, which means that you need to be checking what your bottle or your resin brand says are the specific measurements or ratios that you're supposed to use, so that your resin works and it doesn't have weird textures. What alcohol do I use? Like my alcohol spray, I use 99% alcohol. That's what I personally use. I don't really have any specific brand like that you need to get. Sorry guys, I'm trying to stay on track of time, because I do have acting my acting job in a little bit. So yeah, sorry. And I just got an email from them. So as I was saying, what was I talking about? Yeah, so I get mine like from Amazon or Family Dollar, or sometimes I go to Walgreens, like depending, like whatever I feel like doing. If I need it for that same day, I'll head over to like Family Dollar or Walgreens around my house and buy it. Or if I'm not in a rush, I'll order it on Amazon if I don't feel like going out. Excuse me. So yeah. Where do you get your supplies? Most of my supplies are from either Amazon or Etsy. Those are the two shops that I use the most personally, just because Amazon is really quick and easy. I also sometimes buy molds on AliExpress, but for the most part I like to buy my molds on either Etsy if I'm looking for something very specific that Amazon doesn't have. Although Amazon's mold game has gotten a lot better since when I started, so I mostly buy all of my molds on Amazon. It's just like the easier, more effective thing in my opinion. But there's other like Instagram brands, Instagram small businesses that make molds that you guys can like research into and find some good ones that make custom molds, that sell molds. Some of them are a bit pricier, but honestly, if you're looking for quality, you're looking to support a small business, they're a great option. I just personally like Amazon because it's just easier for me, and I don't really like need anything super specific ever. But if I'm looking for custom molds, then I do go to Instagram small businesses. And for like packaging stuff, I use Pack and Ship. I used to use Avery for my like business cards and stuff. Now I make everything myself. But yeah. What size do I cut the photos was another question that I got. I don't cut my picture specific size. Now, for example, I use either 1:1 centimeters, or 2:2, or 3:3, or 3:2, depending. I like print out different sizes of different pictures so that I can have like mismatchy for my photo phone cases. Or sometimes, depending if like the phone is smaller, then I'll use smaller proportions. If the phone case is bigger, and I use bigger ones, depending on how many pictures also the customer sends over for me to use, as well as kind of what size I cut them out to be. Is it normal for it to yellow over time? No. Okay, it is normal for it to yellow if the brand that you're using is a crafty brand. Like I know my brand I think is called Dr. Crafty, but it's not a brand that yellows because it's very high quality. But there are some resin brands that over time, if you leave them in the sunlight and stuff, they get yellow. You want to try to stay away from those brands and like find better ones, because most of the time the ones that are that get yellow and stuff are more toxic, and mine is at the minimally toxic. It says non-toxic, but all resin is toxic, so I still recommend you wear a mask, which is a little off topic, but wear a mask. how do I deal with drip? Okay, so drip is really how I deal with drip is I get like alcohol and a wipe, and I just start to wipe out the places. Sometimes I use a Q-tip if I'm trying to get more precise, and stuff like that, or like alcohol like swabs, and that helps me get rid of drip. But it's all depending on you and what you like to use. Definitely don't use paper towel, definitely don't use a rag, that will definitely ruin the item. Definitely use stuff with alcohol in it because that's the easiest way to go. And honestly, it's just try to pour with small proportions at a time. It's just so much more helpful, it's easier, and it will save you a lot of mess. The last question that I got asked about is how long do I need to wait to cure? Honestly, it all depends on the resin. Like some resins say 72 hours to fully cure, some resins say 24, some resins say 48, some resins say 5 days. You know, it all depends on what resin brand you use. For mine, it says 72 hours. What I personally do is I make the item, I let it fully cure for 24 hours, and the next after those 24 hours I clean it up. I clean up any mistakes that were left that I need to file down. Then I will check if it's fully dry. Once it's fully dry, I ship it out, and depending on how long the customer paid for shipping, so if they paid for 1 day shipping, I will ship it the next day after the 24 hours as long as it's fully dry. And if they paid for 1 to 3 day shipping, I send it out the first day. So it all really depends on how long they pay for shipping, because if they pay for 1 day shipping, then I'll wait 48 hours most of the time, just so that it gets the full 72 hours to cure. And yeah, so it arrives to the customer once it's fully cured. Some people like to wait until it's fully cured to ship it out, but you know, it's all depending on you and what you like to do. I hope these answers were helpful to you guys. I'm gonna get back into making phone cases, so I will probably have a new video, an updated how to make phone cases video soon. I do have to go purchase some new phone cases because I'm going to be fulfilling some orders, so that's going to be exciting. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys subscribe, leave a comment down below what other types of videos you want me to make. I was going to do some tips in the same video, but I think a lot of the questions covered tips and stuff, and I don't want to make this video too long because I'm trying to stay under 15 minutes for all of my videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. And if you stayed up till the end, comment butterflies for a 20% off discount from my business.